Hello guys, NautoAce here once again. And disclaimer, there's gonna be this vlog is basically what I said in my update before. It's the sort of a controversial vlog basically talking about well shopping experience, consumer versus employees. So the question probably you're asking, why is it gonna be controversy? Why is it gonna be bad? Well, not bad as me getting angry, upset, or foul language, but basically, sort of my belief about work ethics, employee ethics, and for people who basically work as retailers, having to deal with not employee, customer, people in general, you gotta understand how they like how they dealt with this, and sometimes it's never ever, let's just say, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, satisfying, let's just say that. So this is a disclaimer. And I'll be just sharing like some experience that I had to dealt with employees as a customer trying to get something. But like I said, it's going to be also a response to AlphaOmegaSin on shopping experience. But again, the reason the disclaimer again is I keep forgetting. Sorry. Is that a lot of employees or former who basically been in retail dealing with difficult people, they know how it feels. It might be offensive to some extent. So again, I have no problem with those employees who did work with people who have to work with people. I had jobs that had to deal with people also, but I still have a belief about employee ethics, and I'll explain it on the main channel. So if you don't want to hear about my opinion, my story, this controversial vlog about customer versus employee, then click back now. There'll be other one that's more video game related, more friendly related, but for this one, the reason I'm doing this, well, again, it's response to Alpha Makers, but also just want to give it off my chest, and also for people who had dealt with this, say either you're an employee or a customer, you can just take note about it. So there you go. So with that, the main vlog in here is about to start. Once again, this is going to be about consumer versus employees experience. So this is going to be a response to Alpha Magazine on shopping experience. But before that, I want to just share my belief about what should employees do and what is sort of the protocol when you're working. Because again, not everyone's gonna agree. They're gonna be upset. They can say, "Well, this is BS." Whatever, they have their reason. Because you've seen this a lot on the internet. It goes viral, and then some people complain about it. Excuse me. And then some people say, "Oh, whatever. You're just whining." So, again, here's my belief. So, first of all, the first belief that should be, people always heard this is the comments, and not a lot of people will agree with this, and that is this quote: "The customer is always right." Yeah, it's sort of a not really mentality, but it's sort of a base to the protocol for how should an employee deal with this. The customer is always right, but not technically they're always right no matter what. The full thing is that the customer is always right, but it has to be reasonable. So reasonable, basically saying that, say I want to purchase, say, Happy Meal McDonald's, and then the employee basically don't want to. He doesn't want to serve you for weird reasons, for personal reasons, whatever. Then they can refuse that one. Refusing service, or the customer is not right, is when you're gonna do something illegal, or you can do something that they can get in trouble, such as say, "Oh, can you say, all right, hey, can you sell me Metal Gear Solid 5 for $30? Even so, the game said 60. You're demanding the retailer to sell it for you cheap, even if there's no sale on the ad. There was no ad sale. It's just the game is just 60. There you go. So that then they can't do that. They have the right to refuse service because they can get in trouble for that. See the difference. So that's basically the common protocol, a protocol structure of the customer is always right. A lot of retailers don't agree with that, but unfortunately, that is something that it has to be sort of followed as a base. Because again, if you don't, push come to shove, you might get fired. So, but there are more also protocol of what's going on. So the first thing I want to give my thoughts on, and this is basically again, note disclaimer: a lot of this event is already bridge under the water, water under the bridge. I mean, so it's already done. Moving on. Well, the first one is not really personal, but this one is people should know about it. In 2013 of September, Grand Theft Auto 5 finally was released for the PS3 and 360. And if you know what I'm going at, excuse me, is the infamous GameStop viral video where a customer basically made a fuss because the employee was giving him a hard time, and I guess he felt like he needed to say something. And then, of course, the manager at that GameStop, jokingly maybe, attempt to threaten the disgruntled customer. Yes, so basically, if you don't know the story, this one, and again, famous viral video, it's been on YouTube in 2013. Like I said, water under the bridge. I just want to give my thoughts about it. So this basically during the launch release of Grand Theft Auto 5. Excuse me. So this guy, I guess, he pre-ordered it, but the manager asked for an ID and he didn't have an ID. So from what I heard, he went back home and gave him a business card, and he was able to complete his transaction, but without making a fuss. Because from what I heard, the disgruntled customer actually made a fuss. And after that, what happened when he was about to leave, the manager basically, because I guess he gave him some information and he had an email, so the manager basically made a jokingly, publicly joke. All right, if you're standing in line and someone's holding the line, I got his email, go complain to him. And that's what happened when it got really crazy. Yeah, so so basically, the manager basically threatened the disgruntled customer. And again, protocol rule, you shouldn't be doing that. That's technically illegal, and you can get in trouble with that. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. It's when you basically trying to one up a customer and especially threatening them with an email. That's bad. Like even Review Tech USA even said that was bad, and a lot of people basically gave their opinion about it. So my thoughts here are like, whose fault is it that this happened? Was it the disgruntled customer, or was it the employee? At first sight, I was thinking, yeah, you know what? Who started this? Well, the disgruntled customer. Because he was making a fuss. He didn't follow protocol because, believe it or not, when you pre-order a game, you do need your ID card because, they want to know who you are. And he didn't have his ID card. And here's the funny thing. He did not have his ID card. How did he get to a GameStop? Unless his mom drove him there, picked him up, drove him to GameStop and get it, and then probably had to come back and then whatever. I don't know. See, that's my question. If he drove it by himself without a driver's license, okay, good for you. But see, that's a weird part there. But that wasn't really the big thing. It wasn't the big focus. It could be, but it wasn't. But again, even so, because I'm thinking, yeah, maybe the disgruntled customer, probably his fault because he didn't follow protocol rule, he didn't have his ID card. What the manager should have done was keep it quiet and just said, and that's it. But what happened was, by even saying, basically jokingly threatening the disgruntled customer, she just shot herself in the foot. And of course, what happened there was, well, she was fired. She was fired because Well, you cannot threaten a customer no matter what. Threatening someone, even if jokingly, is illegal. It's against protocol rule and it is illegal. So at first I would think that the disgruntled customer's fault, but unfortunately I have to, and this is the controversial part, I gotta go blame the manager because she broke the rule. You can't, you just can't do that. That's what I'm saying. The customer's always right because you have, when you sign that contract, and when you say I'm a worker, I'm getting paid for this, you gotta understand where your position is, no matter what. So there you go. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I have to side. Sadly, I have to side with the disgruntled customer, even so that he didn't follow protocol rule, because, like I said, she went too far, even jokingly. There you go. So that basically, I know some people say no, it's the disgruntled customer's fault. He's being an idiot. I have to agree with that, but again, he is a customer. What can you do? So that's basically one of my thoughts about that. One has nothing to do with me, but I think that was just something interesting to give my thoughts on. The next one basically is something that it didn't have to mix right. It wasn't really this bad, but at the same time, this is when ignoramus came in. It really just kind of ticked me off. And basically, this is a long time ago when Sly Cooper 4 for the PS3 finally came out. I forget what his name. Best Buy Santos had this in-game website coupon, and you go to the website, $10 off, whatever. So I saw one $10 off like Cooper 4, and then I also had them. If you go to Best Buy, a certificate for Best Buy because for being a good employee, doing your rewards, whatever. So I went into a Best Buy, trying to buy the game, trying to get it for $20 off because $10 off for the coupon, and then $10 off because I have the certificate. So what I did was gave them the game, gave them the coupon, and then I gave them the certificate. But what happened was not even that order, that's the coupon, in that order. And then it didn't come out. I said, wait, why is it not $19.99? Why is it $20.99? And because, oh, well, I don't know. And I was explained, oh, that's my certificate. And apparently the problem was, excuse me, she didn't know about the Best Buy certificate, so she didn't know how to deal with it. She's trying to write it up, but just it wasn't valid or whatever. So she asked somebody, I guess in upper management, came there. They were looking at it. They're trying to figure out. And me, of course, like what AlphaOmegaSin, Santos just best thing just to say, calm down, calm down. So I was there for a while, just looking at them, trying to figure it out. And then I was also trying to give them assistance, saying, well, that's a certificate, that's like money. And the other one is like a $10 off because it's a coupon. It should both work. And I was trying to explain that. And then all of a sudden this lady basically just, this is when I almost got pissed off about it, but it didn't. Because when I was trying to explain it, she just basically, oh, you just, hold on, we're trying to figure this out. Alright. She basically just, if you don't know what's going on there, she basically just told me to shut up in that sort of nice way. She basically interrupted me, and I should just keep my mouth shut because, like, oh, they know more than I do. I mean, going to Best Buy, so I should know this. I'm just trying to help them, but whoa, you're telling me to shut up. She didn't tell me to shut up, but she just said, excuse me, we're handling this. But if I were pissed, I would say, excuse me, did you just told me to shut up? Why did you interrupted me? And again, like AlphaOmegaSin say, you can't get pissed at them for something like ignoramus. Because again, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. If you go too far, they can call the police and then you can get in trouble. Is it really worth it? The answer really is no. So, but thank goodness in the end it was finally fixed. But of course, and what do you do when something like that happens? You file a complaint. I did file my complaint. I got a response. And then 2 weeks later when I went back to that same Best Buy, I was basically just trying to get some information. Hey, wasn't there like a lady here that used to work black? I think it's, I'm not going to describe what the lady is, but I was saying the lady here. And someone basically just said, well, we heard someone got fired. Could be her, could be not. Who knows? Whatever. So again, sometimes the ignoramus comes in, and sometimes you get mad because like, dude, I'm just following the rule. I know what I'm doing, and then I'm trying to explain to you, and you're telling me to shut up. Okay, that's not right. So then the next one, and this is the one that really made me so upset. It went personal. All right, so basically, kind of mentioned this in a controversial video blog long time ago about Target. So now I'm going to talk about this. So this one is 2 years ago. Remember the video when I bought my Wii? So there you go. So what happened was I bought my Wii because I finally had the better SKU for $300 at 2013. And then 2 weeks later they had a special offer that if you buy your Wii you get a $25 gift card. So what I did was I asked like a Target upper management via email, hey, can you still get this offer? It kind of sucks. Like 2 weeks. That's kind of, early adopter. That's not cool. And he said, yeah, it is a possibility. Just go after your store. So I went there like at 3 p.m. Talked to some employees. They were cool, and they were saying, oh, let me see your receipt. And they said, well, unfortunately, we can give you the full 25 if you have that red card. So bring your red card later on, and then we can fix it. So I said, oh, so you guys do this? Like, oh yeah, we do this. So that's a keyword. Like, oh yeah, we do this. So unfortunately, I'm using a friend's red card. He came in at 6. So a different employee. Came back there, a different employee. This is when I got really pissed off. And yes, I know I'm saying pissed off, but I am pissed off. So, but basically I told the same thing. They said, oh, we don't do this. And then I'm like, well, other employees said that you do this. No, we don't do this. Why are you lying to me? I'm not lying to you. And then I was saying because some other employee did it, and they actually did it. And then this person basically trying to even whistleblow, like, who's this employee? Tell me the employee. And I wanted to say, whoa, are you a whistleblower now? You're gonna tell mommy because somebody's screwing with someone? Like, I just said, no, I don't know. So it was ticking me off. And of course, here's the problem. Every time when an employee basically are in a tight situation, you cannot tell that their attitude changed because it's frustration. It's now, oh shoot, I can get in trouble if I deal with this. I don't know what to do. And that is the controversial. I do apologize if you're in that situation as an employee, but again, the customer is always right. So back to my story. So one of my friends who had the red card got pissed and decided to take a picture of the employee. Okay, now before that, backstory here is it illegal to take a picture of an employee? And the answer really is, to some extent, no. And I'll probably give that in the end of this why it's not. But it's not. Yeah, employees don't like it. Yep, they don't like it when you take pictures of them because, again, look at what happened in the Grand Theft Auto 3 or 5 viral. Excuse me, look what happened. Is that she got fired, and then from what I heard, when she was trying to get another job, they wouldn't give her a job because, oh, you're that lady on the viral video, so that's the reason why. So it's not illegal to take a picture of an employee. Unethically, yeah, it's unethical and morally wrong because you can ruin someone's reputation, but legality, no. And my friend was just really pissed off. So he just took a picture, and then she thought, oh, did you take a picture of me? I demand you to remove it. Like I said, here again, I'm trying to be calm because if I were in a pissed off mode, I would say, who the hell do you think you are? And again, like AlphaOmegaSin said, don't do it. It's not worth it. So I just gave him a mount and I said, whatever. So she went to a manager. I guess, from what I heard, this manager was also a seasonal, really inexperienced. He trying to look at it, oh yeah, we just don't do this. And at this point, I just said, you know what? In my head, I said, screw this. I'm done. I'm just going to talk to upper management. You refuse to help me, whatever. So that should have already been over. This should already been over. And this is when it became personal. While I was trying to talk to him, he was looking at my friend like a creeper. No joke. He was looking at my friend. My friend, by the time I was talking to my manager, or talking to the stupid manager, yeah, I don't care. My friend already walked away. He doesn't care. He's like, you know what? Forget us. He's already out. And I'm going to explain this later on why. He already walked out. He was like, I'm done. I'm done. So my friend, this manager, he was being a creeper. And then after a while, hold on, I need to talk to your friend because he was taking a picture. Excuse you? Excuse you? And then at that point, he was ignoring me. So he was power walking out to the entrance, trying to say, hey, I need to talk to you. Got pissed. I was shouting at him and said, hey, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey! And then, of course, I was running towards him. And you know what he thinks? Oh, whoa, you're charging at me. You might hit me. Of course, I didn't, but I just had to run towards him because I don't know what he's going to do with my friend. You think I'm just going to sit there? Yeah, I know. I do apologize if this sounds so personal, but it is kind of like, got so personal. And then, of course, you know what happened when you do that. And again, charging someone doesn't really, I mean, running towards someone is not charging someone, but at that point on, he like what AlphaOmegaSin, when I guess thing got real, they'll just tell you get out because that's their like get out of jail card. It's the same thing. He was outside. He said, you know what? You two, you better leave the apartment, leave Target. That's including the parking lot. We don't want to see you in the parking lot. You're charging at me. You're being hostile. You're trying to hurt me. I'm like, wow, you got scared. Like in my head, I got scared. He got scared. At that point on, believe it or not, I was like so pissed off. I wanted to get in his face, but it wasn't from my friend just saying, hey, just calm down, we'll deal with this. And I said, and I even wanted to threaten him. Again, you don't want to threaten someone, you don't want to scare someone, you don't want to intimidate someone because it is kind of dangerous because they can say, well, what if this guy actually hurt me? I'm just trying to do my job, they're trying to be like the victim. It's a sucky, again, it is one of the biggest hardest problem when you're dealing with consumer versus employee. So here's the stupid part. He also said not only trying to harass my friend, trying to ask my friend, yeah, and basically he wanted to get his name like a creeper, and that's a key word too, the creeper. When I was walking in the parking lot with my friend, he followed us in the parking lot. Again, that's just stupidity, and that's against protocol rule. And if you don't understand why, is when you're, again, the technically rule is when you get out of the store, the rule basically is that you only stop into the front of the entrance, not in the parking lot. If there is any, you're not supposed to. And from what I heard, because there was some file after I filed a complaint, there was a guy at Target, like, what happened? This creeper basically said, oh, we just want to make sure that these people actually leave. But again, the problem with that is, you're putting yourself in danger. You're not in a safe haven anymore. Nobody's going to protect you. What if I'm leading him into a trap and then he gets surrounded? Then what? You might think some good Samaritan's going to jump in. That'd be nice. But again, a lot of times like, hey, what's going on here? But again, I'm not going to be stupid and punch the guy. But it what made me mad because that was personal. You harassed him personally, my friend. I filed a complaint, and like I said, so that was dumb there in his part for doing that. But of course, the conclusion is, filed my complaint. I got back from Target, upper management, and yeah, first I got whitelisted, so thanks to him, because when you get banned, it's really not right for you to go back to the same store. One is you don't want to support the store, but at the same time, if that particular employee do see you, they can actually call the cops, say, quote unquote, trespassing. Just saying there. So, anyway, yeah, they whitelist me. And from what I heard, and again, this is rumor, I don't know if it's true or not, the seasonal manager got fired. And the one before that, it was the lady who was trying to do it. They didn't give her a permanent job at the place. Again, rumor, I don't know. But that was like the most, man, made me so mad. I can't believe it. But like AlphaOmegaSin said, when things like so personal happen, and even goes personal, you don't really want to go ballistic. Like AlphaOmegaSin asked him, what he said in the end is, just keep your cool, walk away, don't turn back, and just don't support the store. Don't support what happened. So there you go. Like you said, because that store with that guy, that he gave him a hard time. It closed down, I think, a week and a half, and it wasn't there anymore. And I did have that also problem, or also encountered like one time as I was trying to tie my shoe in the mall. There was this, it was an Asian guy running a clothes store. I decided to kneel down, tie my shoe near the doorway. And then this guy said, "Get out of there, get out of there." I'm like, "What? I'm just tying my shoe." "Yeah, but you're blocking the sensor. People can steal stuff." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm just tying my shoe." It's like, so what? I'm blocking your thing? How's that even blocking that? That's so stupid. Like there was a sensor because it's a machine that, so, and like they don't want people to stand near the sensor, I guess, because people might steal something. I'm like, Jesus, man. So like I said, wow, man, I'm just tying my shoe here, and it just walked away. And then a week later, yeah, served this person right. Yeah, they went out of business. And this is like a long time ago. This is like 2001. The recent one with the Wii U, that was 2013. Man, God, that was just made me so pissed. So anyway, yeah, those are my experience about dealing with employees. Sometimes they deal with ignoramus. Sometimes they think they're doing the right thing. You don't know. Sometimes they disregard of the customer service right because again they don't want to get in trouble. And again, to the customer, when you have to deal with an employee like that, like AlphaOmegaSin said, just chill out. Don't do anything. Just walk away and file a complaint if you can. If you're an employee, you gotta keep in mind, and even Review Tech basically said that when you sign a contract to work representative as a company, you have to follow this protocol rule. Can't get mad at a customer even though they're giving you a hard time. You just have to chill out because you are getting paid. And you don't like the job for whatsoever reason, there's the door. Don't let it hit you in the head. That's all I'm just saying. Well, thanks for listening.